Okay, I just filmed like one of the heaviest videos I've made on my channel. I don't We'll see if I'll post that. But maybe I'll try to do something lighthearted. And I mean, this is not the funnest story ever. This is kind of crazy too. But like um I think it'll be a bit more lighthearted. And yes, I fucking quit on the spot. That is shit I never thought I'd do. Like I always, gave my 2 weeks, all these things. But I figured I'd share my story. I could probably save a lot of people heartache and give more information. Um, I actually, what gave me this video idea was, obviously I'm doing story times or whatever, but Brittany Broski, she has a podcast named The Broski Report, and one of these episodes, like, I keep watching on repeat just because I find it so just like relatable, insightful. It gives a lot of information, and I think it's called like the tea on how I got fired twice. I think that's what it's called. Like she talked about her jobs that she had after college. She had two jobs and why they didn't work out basically for sorry, my phone charger. Um do you know what happened with her jobs after she finished college with a degree? And navigating the corporate world, navigating insurance. Like these are really important things going into adulthood that like you are not taught, you were just kind of thrown in and you got to figure it out. So, we'll just get started. I was working my fast food job for I don't even know how long. Like a couple years. I had dropped out of college and I had been working, I think maybe a year after I dropped out. And I was like, I need to have a plan. I need to have a plan as to what I'm going to do because I don't want to be doing this job like super long. Like, I'm out of college. Like, I need to have a plan basically. Like, I can't like boss up from here. I mean, you can, but like, I didn't want to. So, I had this idea because when I was in high school, I always mentioned that I was an academic, and I was really good with math. That's what I'm just really good with math. Like I got into gifted for math. I kind of think in numbers. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like I'm just very well versed with mathematics. So I thought I had initially heard of like a job position working in a pharmacy in high school, and I didn't know much about like getting into it, but I thought it was interesting. Like the pill counting, especially, like it intrigued me. But I was already on track. I had finished my mentorship where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be a nurse. And I thought I wouldn't have to think of things again, but like here we are. And then I'm like, you know what? Let's try it. So I looked up different options and I went to a community college to where you get your certification. They tell you everything about the job and you just learn everything. Knowing what I know now, you can actually go to, if you want to be a pharmacy technician, you can go to like any of the big name pharmacies and they'll just like teach you on the job. And you can learn your education from there too. Like, I'd probably recommend that, especially cost wise, because they make you pay out the ass for school. And because it's like community college, you can't take like um, government funding for it, which is like, what? Okay, whatever. Oh, basically for the course that I took, you can't use any scholarships or government funding. So that was like out of question. My parents paid for it and I was like, oh my God, thank God. It was so much cheaper than college. It was a couple thousand, but I like, now that I know a bit more about money, like, I wouldn't think that's like too bad, but like, oh my God, like I was like, where am I supposed to put this like couple thousand out of? Like, literally, I have like no money to my name. But because I was going to school, they're like, take the money, it's okay. Like, we're glad that you're like trying something new. And I'm like, thank you. Like, that's really nice and supportive. Um, so I do the class. It takes a couple months and it's online. So pretty simple, pretty easy. I do an internship and I do it at Walgreens. Basically, all that I do is like I learn the medications, what's on the shelves. I learned, the little pill counting thing. I'm counting pills, filling prescriptions, putting them in bottles, and then that's pretty much it. I'm learning where the medication is, and I'm counting pills. That was my internship. There's so much more to the job, which we'll get into, but like that was what my internship and interpretation of the internship was. And so when they wanted to hire me, I was like, you know what? Like, I didn't think Walgreens would be my first choice at all. Like, I was like horrified to work at Walgreens just because you hear so much bad things. I haven't had to use like super big amounts of medication for personal use, which I'm very grateful for. So I don't have much experience like knowing which pharmacies are good and bad. But I was like, honestly, they're willing to pay me a decent amount more than what I'm already getting paid, and the work feels a lot easier. So let's just give it a shot. I get hired on. And mind you, I was a bit hesitant because I saw like people were stressed, but I was like, you know what? Bitch. Oh my God. But I was like, you know what? This, like, compared to the job that I have now, this is like way less. Like, I think I'm going to be good. Like, if I can handle what I do now, like, I'm going to kill it at this job. And so and then I start working with people over the register. People over the register. Um, when I have to bill their medications, I'm learning about insurance. And I started this job at the beginning of the year, which is the worst time to learn because, or maybe the best, I don't know, however you interpret it. But everyone's insurance, you get a new card at the beginning of the year. So everyone's insurance cards are completely different, and you have to, get their new insurance information, bill it correctly, and then give them their meds. So I go into this job being like, oh, like I'm just like counting pills, la la dee. They never let me count pills pretty much ever again. They basically just put me in the front. I'm constantly like talking with patients, and people are getting really upset and heated over medication, the prices, the co-pays, and what we can and cannot give them for whatever circumstance. Like, there's so many arguments like every day. Like, it was just like insane. At first, I didn't feel too bad because, I was like really learning things, and I was very, into problem solving. Like, if there was a problem with the customer, I'm going to problem solve. Um, and here's the thing about Walgreens. This is kind of why I'm like, I don't even know if I should tell this video, but I'm never going back there, so like, fuck it. Um, my training manager was just a lot, but Walgreens itself is also a lot. They just have the biggest expectations, and it's just like, it's fucking impossible to do your job correctly, especially under those expectations. So they want me to move like the fucking Flash, giving people their medications. Like, I need to be going through people in line 2 minutes or less, clearing the line, and like, mind you, like, I'll be working fast with people. No matter how many people I go through, like, the line's never gonna get cleared. Or whenever it gets cleared, there's gonna be 10 people in line. I am not joking, bitch. Like, the lines never clear. Never clear. There's never a moment of peace. Um, unless it's like the end of the day. But even then it's like, oh my God. Um, and it also depends. Like, sometimes you have situations where like you're trying to figure out an issue and it just takes time. Or I remember this one time, like, there was this one guy and like he just needed his medication rebuild, but he had like a dozen medications. And I was rebilling them. The system just takes a while. It took a long time. And I was getting chewed out for it because I was taking time rebilling all of this guy's medication, which he probably couldn't afford the regular prices. Like, he needs it to be ran through his insurance, and I'm going to advocate for the patient. Like, fuck you. And then he was very grateful I did that. He saw my manager chewing me out. He's like, you know what? I'm grateful for you and that, like, I'm there to help. I'm there to fucking help. Um, there was a time where I actually gave out my medication. Um, I gave out the wrong medication to the wrong person, I guess. This tends to happen with Walgreens. I don't fucking know why. Like, that sounds crazy. But, like, whenever you put the medication in bags, um, I guess sometimes the wrong med can get in there or the wrong label gets on there. But basically, I had given a medication to one person and it was the wrong medication, I guess. It was still like a medication for them, but it was like the wrong medication that they needed. So, like, I mean, that's good. Like, it's not someone else's med. But after that happened, I was just a lot more careful, like, looking at everything. Like, even though, like, it was, I feel like there was a label in the bag, and I think the bottle inside was like different or something. I don't know. It was whatever. um, so that had happened, and like they're telling me to like speed up all these things, um, and I told them why I was being more careful because that incident had happened, and my training manager didn't give a fuck. He said you need to speed up. And one of these days, he fucking timed me how long it was taking me to go through everyone in line. And I'm like, after those two situations, I'm like, I think I'm checked out. Like, I need to find somewhere else to work because literally, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're telling me to hurry up all these things and like you're timing me. Focus on your work. You know what I mean? Like we have like all this shit to do apparently. Like focus on your own work. You're timing me in line. That's fucking weird. Oh my god, and they didn't give me enough time to do the training, so anytime I had a free second, I was doing my trainings that weren't even finished. And I told them like I need like extra days to like finish this and they wouldn't like I don't know. It was just so stressful. I wouldn't say extra days, but I was just like, it's a lot to get through. Like, I don't know when I'll finish it, pretty much. I didn't ask for extra days because I didn't want to go in and train. Like, I was like, I don't, training's like annoying as is. Um, but then those things had happened. And dude, like, when you work at Walgreens, like, you're literally just, like, arguing with people all day. I'm not fucking kidding, bitch. You are not only arguing with the patients either. Whenever you get a phone call, you're arguing with them. I'm arguing with my coworkers. My coworkers are speaking, like, completely disrespectfully to me. Not all of them. Not all of them. But people, like, have the audacity and the patients too. I know it's a stressful situation, but oh my gosh, I'm like literally trying to help you. Like all these things, all these fucking things just like piling one another. And I remember it got to the point where I would be on break and I wouldn't even go on like a TV show. Well, I'd go on like YouTube and watch like a video and like I would just stare off and just like be so sad. I'd go to bed and oh my god, I was literally crying myself to sleep. Like that's like horrible. That's horrible, and you shouldn't do that. But yeah, I'm fucking over it. I'm like completely over it. I'm like crying myself to sleep, and then I remember I was literally trying my absolute best, like giving my 100% at my job, and then I finally started to speed up to like the way that like my training manager had wanted, and then he pulled me aside one day because I had been like improving for like a week. And then he's like, "Hey, I just want to say like I'm really proud of you." And then um it just felt so weird and I felt so I remember at that moment I was like, "I don't want your approval anymore. I don't care that you're proud of me. This job is draining the life from me." Like literally like I was so happy like coming in like on my first days to work and like just being so excited. Oh, I have a more professional job and like I'm getting paid so much more money, which was still oh my gosh, getting paid so much less than my coworkers. The audacity. And I found that out after I left because, oh my god, be in contact with like your coworkers and stuff. Like, don't be afraid to just be like, hey, like, how much do you get paid? Like, just get like an idea. Like, you don't have to like make it weird, but like, I don't know, because they could be shortening so much money from you, and it's like, sure, like you're happy with what you have, but like, bitch, you're working hard. You're a boss ass bitch. Like, get your money's worth. Get your money up. Like, don't be afraid to ask for more money. Um, especially at a job like that. Oh my gosh. Um, so that happened. I realized, you know what? I really don't give a fuck about your approval anymore. You were timing me. What the fuck is wrong with you? And clearly, we have a different stance on morals because you don't give a fuck that I gave the wrong medication to someone. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. So, how does it all end? I think there's more to say though. Wait, let me think. I don't, this isn't like, I guess too important, but it's literally like, remember how I was like, oh, like I get to fill like all these things in the beginning. I finally get to fill again, and then I have my coworkers over my shoulder like, you need to do it faster. You need to do it faster. You need to speed up. You need to speed like, oh my god, get off my fucking ass. Like, oh my gosh. That's one thing I will be grateful for this job. It gave me a voice. I was not this loud ass fucking, you know, what do you call it? Just like say what my mind ass bitch. And I'm working a lot closer to that. You know what I mean? Like I'm able to voice a lot of things. And even in this job, like I was barely like learning things and like just being treated so disrespectfully and I didn't voice a lot of my things because like I wanted to look professional in all these things. But once I realized like I just feel like they don't have my best interest, they don't have the patient's best interest. They're just I don't even fucking know. Like I know like we're all kind of trapped in like we can all feel trapped in jobs and stuff, but like I'm not I'm not going down because of this job, you know what I mean? So I remember I was like picking up all these shifts and stuff too. I'm like, you know what, we're gonna try it. And then once the beginning of the week started, I had the weekend to think and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking quit. Like I do not care because like they do not care. They don't care about me. There's people I love and respect there with all my heart. But like for the most part, like I think it kind of goes to the thing like people sometimes feel like they're trapped at jobs or like maybe they think they can't get something better. Um and like I think that's why a lot of people stay. But I was just like, bitch, like I have no plan getting out, but I'm fucking leaving. I'm fucking leaving. I remember I had like an Amazon seller account and I was just trying to like learn how to like navigate like they call it retail arbitrage. Basically you're like reselling stuff that you find like cheaper in stores. I remember I had gotten like a bunch of sales one day. I didn't even now I know now, like with my knowledge, I didn't even make money like off any of that. I actually like lost money. But you're learning, like it's whatever. Um, but I was like, this is my sign. This is my sign I'm gonna quit my job. And then I went in there Monday. I went maybe a little bit earlier before my shift. And then I actually talked he was like the store manager. So not the person who was training me, who was kind of like my direct like overhead. It was someone else, and I really liked him. Um, he was really nice. He was a chill dude. And then I go in there. I'm just like, hey, I just want to talk to you for a little bit. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, can I talk to you in your office? And then he's like, yeah, sure. We go into his office. And then I'm like, I want to quit. I don't know if I exactly said that, but I was just like, I want to quit. And then he's like, oh, okay, are you giving a 2 week notice? And I'm like, no. He said, are you working the shift that you're scheduled for today? And then I said, no. And mind you, the biggest reason why I was like, you know what? The only reason I did want to or consider doing like a 2 weeks is because we're working with patients. Like, people need their medications. Like, I don't want people to be without their meds. Like, that's like the last thing that you want. You know what I mean? Like, that's like a big reason you get into like the medical field, because like you want to help people. Um, but from the whole time working there, we were only short staffed one day, and they had floaters like going between the two. And then once that got in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I'm just quitting on the spot. I don't give a fuck. Um, and then we kind of talked, and he's like, "Oh, are you staying in the industry?" I had no giant job lined up at all, and I'm like, "No," or no. I was like, "Yeah, yeah." I don't know. I was just kind of like in my head, like, "Oh my god!" Like, I just made like a huge life decision. So like I wasn't even there. And then I was just saying, "Oh, I really like you. Like, it's nothing to do with you. Like, it's my personal choice. I don't want to do this." I wasn't gonna use anyone as a reference, and then I said, "Bye." Honestly, though, dude, if your job is breaking your back, quit it. Literally, quit it. Um, I was unemployed for like a few months, and luckily everything worked out. I had no fucking idea what I was gonna do after that, and then the job I got after was better, and I got paid better. And it was in the same field. Like, it, I didn't even expect like I would still be in that field, but I carried it on. So like, it's don't let a job break you. Don't let other people break you either. Like, people have all these complexes, all these things, like, who cares? I don't give a fuck about being fast at my job. I care about being right. I care about getting people their right meds. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But now that I like have more experience with it, obviously like you're able to like be faster and stuff. But like, oh my god, I'm like a month in. Like, chill, chill. It's just crazy. But I mean, again, everything happens for a reason. Um, I don't know. This job has really taught me like, oh, I can really speak out about shit. You know what I mean? Because like people will talk to you like crazy. People will talk to you like crazy. So like eventually after enough of that, like you start to wriggle your way in and be like, you know what? No, I'm not accepting the disrespect. You're able to voice things out correctly. You're able to voice out your intentions. And the people who are rude as fuck, like, fuck off, fuck off. Oh my gosh. But okay, that's how I quit my job on the spot. No regrets, literally at all about it. It lives rent free in someone else's mind, not mine. And I mean, we talk about it at my job because, like, there's other people who worked at Walgreens too, but, like, oh my god, if you're a farm tech, like, avoid entirely. Avoid entirely. That's my advice. You'll be scarred for life. I'm not even kidding. I only worked there 3 months. Um, do what the fuck you want. You can do literally anything. And I'm gonna stand on that because like there's so many different ways to make money. Don't think that like that job is gonna be like the only thing to like keep you afloat, you know? I do know it's a little bit complicated whenever you start to have like families and stuff. Like, you have a significant other, you have a baby to take care of, a dog. Like, I understand, but like, don't let a job break your spirit. Just don't. I didn't feel that way with my other job. And that shit had me fucking depressed too. It kept getting worse with new management after new management after new management. And I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? Um, but it didn't break my spirit like that. I wasn't coming home crying. I wasn't coming home like depressed as fuck, being like, is this gonna be my life where like I'm literally just getting like screamed at and then like I'm trying to like help someone, the patient's screaming at me, and then like I have my manager telling me to hurry the fuck up. Like what the fuck? What kind of working environment? It's just crazy. It's crazy. But stay true to yourself. I think it is a little easy to get lost, honestly. Um, Especially in that working environment, especially with like the job in general. I'm trying to come back to my roots now where I'm like, I want to help people. You know what I mean? Like that's what's important. Um, Everything else, like, don't give it energy. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. But yeah, I hope you'll have a great night. I know I said good morning, but it's like, oh my god, it's late as fuck. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one, okay?